General Thomas Shirillo Soka, member of Leadership Council of SOMA and Chairman, Commander-in-Chief of National Salvation Front. You are highly welcome to the Voice of People show. And also, I need to remind you, we today in United States, South Sudanese are living in the United States. We are celebrating a day, Martin Luther King Day, as a freedom fighter. And you yourself, you are a freedom fighter, fighting for the right, the right of the people of South Sudan. Welcome to the show, and I will give you time to introduce yourself and pass your greeting to the viewers and the people of South Sudan. Then we will start the show. Welcome.
Thank you very much, my brother Edward, and thank you for this opportunity through People's Voice show. Let me welcome the people who are witnessing, or let me say, who are showing this interview, and wish them all the best in this new year.
Thank you so much again. You are highly welcome to our show. It's your first time to be with us. Our main topic is on Rome Declaration and peace process in South Sudan today. And Anabardu, let us feel free. You are a leader. You be talking here to the people of South Sudan, and you know very well in Adet Kabir min Junubin, they are speaking Arabic. So feel free to talk to your people. This is your forum. Kallim Manas Junuba Sudan, mix it Arabic, English, so they can understand your message. Lanu, many of South Sudanese, they need to listen from you. What is going on in South Sudan? Where are we going? Is there hope? There is no hope. Feel free to talk to them. My first question to you, General Thomas Shirillo, can you tell us how the Rome Declaration come about?
Yeah, thank you very much, Brother Edward. Again, Rome Declaration came as a result of engagement between us, the leaders of SOMA, South Sudan Opposition Movements Alliance, and the community of Sant'Egidio here in Rome. And then also, on the other hand, engagement of this community of Sant'Egidio with Juba government. That culminated to the meeting here in Rome and resulted to this declaration.
Why your group opted for a separate tracks of negotiation with the government of South Sudan?
In fact, we decided to remain firm and to remain, steadfast, to continue engaging the government with Juba, because the previous negotiation with Juba that resulted to our access agreement did not address the problems in the country. That's why we continue to look for opportunity to engage the government so that we resolve the problems of war in South Sudan.
I want you to explain the point of departure from the RRCs and the Rome negotiation to the people of South Sudan, so they can understand what actually going on here.
In fact, it is not really a point of departure because our access, the agreement, which is now Juba and those who signed it are trying to implement, is totally different from a Rome Declaration. That one is an agreement, and Rome Declaration is a declaration of principles only. We did not sign any agreement. We still want to negotiate, discuss, and dialogue with Juba government and the rest of the people of South Sudan, be that political parties, civil society, and religious leaders, so that we resolve the root causes of the conflict in the country. So it is totally different. This one is declaration, and our access in an agreement.
General Thomas, can you explain to the people of South Sudan the major features of the Rome Declaration as well as parties to the declaration?
Yeah, this is very important. Maybe let me put it in Arabic so that the rest can understand. The important features for this declaration. Number one, for the first time, we, the non-signatories, the SOMA Alliance, and the government of South Sudan under Salva Kiir, we agreed and we are convinced that the problem in South Sudan is a political conflict and therefore require a political solution. That is number one, which is important for us. And that means war is not going to resolve anything. Whoever think that he possesses a lot of military force and military might, think that maybe he can win this war, is not going to be in place, because we believe that through war we cannot achieve anything. But if we can sit down as South Sudanese and look into the problem critically, we can achieve really what the people of South Sudan want. This is one. Number two, the most important point in this declaration is that we agreed for the first time with the government that the conflict in South Sudan need to be properly analyzed, diagnosed, so that we find out the reasons why we fought and find out also the best solutions to this conflict. So we agreed that the root causes of the conflict in South Sudan were not addressed even in the previous agreement. That is important point that our people must know, so that when we come to sit with Juba to dialogue and negotiate, they must know that we are looking for a solution to the reasons of the war in South Sudan. بمعنى أنه أننا اتفقنا وبقينا متأكدين مع حكومة في جوبا أنه أسباب بتاعت الحرب في الجنوب لا يتم حله حتى في الاتفاق المنشدة، وبالتالي أننا قلنا ما لم يتم حل هذه المشاكل ما هيكون في سلام دائم في البلد. وده نقطة مهم جدا عشان احنا نعرفه، لأنه إذا في أي صراع، إذا كان ده صراع أسري، إذا كان صراع قبلي ولا في داخل القبيلة ولا في داخل البلد، إذا نحن ما حلينا أسباب بتاعت الصراع ولا بتاعت المشكلة، نحن ما هنلقى أي سلام. وبالتالي أنا بنفتكر أنه ده نقطة مهم. We appreciate this from Juba government for the first time for them to accept أنه المشكلة في الجنوب لسه ما تحلى وفي ضرورة أنه لازم تتحلى. الحاجة الثالث، أننا اتفقنا أنه إذا أننا متفقين أنه الصراع يا أسباب الصراع في الجنوب لسه ما تم حله، وأننا عايزين نقعد ونبدأ نبحث حل هذه المشكلة. That means it requires us to have an environment that can allow us really to discuss and talk and negotiate. عشان كده نحن اتفقنا، دي النقطة الثالثة، اتفقنا عشان يكون في وقف العدائيات cessation of hostilities. اتفقنا أنه it must be there so that we create this environment to allow us as South Sudanese, the stakeholders, civil society, our religious leaders and others really to sit down in a very genuine way to resolve the root causes of the conflict in the country. I think this is the important features of this declaration in Rome.
وقبل ما انا نستمشي للسؤال الثاني، مواصله للسؤال ده اللي انت تكلمت الملامح العامه للاتفاق او للمبادئ بتاعت الروم. جنرال توماس، انت كنت واحد من القيادات اللي كانوا بيفاوضوا في خرطوم 2018، ولقرايتك ربما انا ما اقدر نقول انه مثلا عندك حرافه قاعد يجي عليك الودك وتقرا القاعد يحصل شنو، لانه انت قريت الواقع السياسي وقريت انه المفاوضات دي ما ماشي لقدام وما يكون في الحل. انت قاعد تتوقع شنو مع الاتفاقيه الجديده؟ يعني شكل التفاوض بتاعك كيف؟
والله شكل التفاوض بتاعنا هيزيد دسم، لنا مبادئ ثابته تجاه قضيه حل الحرب في الجنوب، عشان نحن نقدر نحقق سلام عادل، نحن نقدر نحقق كرامة للشعب بتاعنا، نعيد الكرامة للشعب الجنوب اللي هم فقدوه خلال هذه الفترة، عشان نحن نقدر نعيد السلطة السياسية وسلطات أخرى للشعب في الجنوب عشان هم يقدروا يقرروا مصير بلدهم. ده هذه المبادئ سوف لا تحتز، يعني ما المبادئ ده ما هتتغير، هتكون ثابتة لغاية ما نحن ننقذ الشعب بتاعنا. في الخرطوم وفي أديس أبابا ده كان المبادئ اللي خدناه، أنه هنا النضال هنا الآن فيه هو ما في سبيل مناصب زي ما الناس التانيين بيفتكروا أنه الناس اللي في النضال هم عاوزين مناصب، لكن بالنسبه لنا لا، انا هنا برا هنا عشان الشعب بتاعنا، انا هنا برا هنا عشان الحريه بتاعت الشعب في الجنوب، انا هنا برا هنا عشان نقدر نوحد الشعب في الجنوب بعد ما قسموهم حتى مش قبيله لقبيله، لكن حتى في داخل القبيله الناس اتقسموا لعشائر وخشم بيوت. أنا هنا في المعارضة واقفين وقفة قوية عشان هنا نقدر نحل أسباب بتاع الصراع ده، وأن هنا نقدر نرجع البلد بتاعنا العظيم والشعب بتاعنا العظيم عشان يعيشوا مع بعض بكرامة بتاعتهم، وهم يقدروا بعد ذلك يعيشوا برفاهية ويبني بلدهم. عشان كده أنا هنا نفس المبادئ هتكون موجودة وثابتة، وكده بعدين نجي نقعد مع جوبا في تفاوض حول حل المشكلة في الجنوب. We will not deviate. We are going to be firm as before, focusing on resolving the conflict in the country so that we really return the power of the people to our people, and at the same time we allow our people to decide.
سوري مشاهدين، حصل مشكلة في لدي جنرال توماس شيريلو، لكن we will try to bring him back again. الآن دايرو اوكي جنرال he is back. let me الكاميرا بتاعه خليه يظهر. انا سامع انت في حاجة كده ممكن ناخد فوقه تليفون تثبته فوقه. I can give you 2 minutes. انا لسه ما طلعتك فوق. So you fine? Okay خلاص. I'm bringing you back. Okay.
It was interruption.
Okay. So welcome back again. Continue.
Yeah. So what I'm saying that our principles towards resolving the conflict in the country is going to be firm like before. You remember that in Addis Ababa and in Khartoum, we remain firm beside our people of the country, so that we really bring them a sustainable peace. So when we come to sit with Juba, we are sitting here on behalf of the people of South Sudan who are really suffering, so that we really bring them a sustainable peace. Because we don't want any agreement which is not addressing the root causes of the conflict. لأنه إذا أنت بقيت عندك بيت بدون أساس قوي معناه البيت بقى. أنا هنا ما دارين الشعب بتاعنا يتعب كل وقت وتاني. أنا هنا عاوزين نبني بيت بتاع السلام في الجنوب، لازم يكون دائم. عشان يكون دائم لازم الاتفاق بتاع السلام ده لازم يكون بأساس قوي، عشان البيت ده ما يقع تاني في راس الشعب بتاعنا، والشعب بتاعنا يتجاجه تاني والشتت تاني يموتوا ويهين الكرامة بتاعتهم ويسرقوا الأموال بتاعتهم. and therefore أنا هنا عاوزين في المستقبل أنا هنا عاوزين نتفق أو نوقع اتفاق تخاطب جذور المشكلة، وهي الأساس القوي لأي سلام دائم في الجنوب.
Thank you so much الغاية جنرال توماس شيريلو. وانا مستمر معك. قبل ما نستمر انا داير نوضح للناس حاجه. انا قبل الناس زي they are misquoting what I said. انا قلت ما داير اقول انه عندك عرافه، يعني الناس انا شايف الناس بدأوا يقول لي يدور الكلام ده. انا لما انا قلت له ما داير اقول انه عندك يعني جنرال توماس معه عرافه زول بقرا له زولا بقرا له يجعل الودق وكده في السياسه، لكن I believe انه ده قرايه صحيحه وخبره جنرال توماس كقائد في الجيش الشعبي وحارب وخريج بتاعت كليه حربيه، كان ملم بالحاصل في السودان وما يعني يتمرد انا ما قلنا المقدمه دي للناس، يعني ما يتمرد كان ضابط ولا زول ساكت كده زي ما الناس الكثير اللي مشوا قاعد يلخبطوا الوطاسه. ده انا عشان كده قلت انه زول اللي بقرا قرايه صحيحه للسياسه. يعني في السياسه ممكن الناس بيقولوا زول ده عنده عرافه، لكن ما عنده، لانه الزول اللي قاعد يقرا الواقع السليم. وده بالضبط كده ده اللي حصل للجنرال توماس، انه قدر يقرا المسار بتاع المفاوضات من منطلق خبرته وبعدها اخذ good decision. Let's continue, General Thomas Shirillo, about the significance of the Rome Declaration in the resolution of the conflict in the Republic of South Sudan. Can you tell us the significance?
Yeah, this declaration in Rome is so significant to us, as I said, because Juba government for the first time accept and agree that the root causes of the conflict in the country are not addressed. This is very important, and we really appreciate Juba for that. And we want them really to continue to commit themselves to this, so that all of us, not us in the opposition, the non-signatories, we want all our stakeholders in the country, the political parties, the civil society, and others, religious leaders, and so forth, really to come and sit down so that we discuss as a family of the country to find out a solution to our problem, so that we go home and we start to build our country. So these are the importance of this declaration, and I think that if we continue with this spirit, we'll be able in a very short time really to reach an agreement that is good for our people, not for individuals.
Thank you so much. In your view, what will be the difference between the RCs and the Rome Declaration as a base for negotiation ahead? ماذا قاعد تعتقد؟ تفضل.
زي ما انا قلت الاكسس الاجريمنت المضت اللي احنا ما مديناهم هو اجريمنت زي ما قلنا هذا الاتفاق ما حل المشاكل الاساسيه في البلد، لكن روم ديكلاريشن بيقول انه المشاكل حقيقه كلنا اتفقنا الحكومه والمعارضه الان ما وقع الاتفاق بتاع السلام الماشي ده، ان هنا قلنا المشاكل لما يتحل وبالتالي بيتطلب انه نحن نقعد ونبدا نبحثه ونبدا نحله. فده الفرق يمكن بين الاكسس بعدين روم ديكلاريشن، because روم ديكلاريشن هو اعلان فقط وليست اتفاق بتاع السلام، لكن عنده نقاط مهمه اللي انا ذكرته.
Thank you so much, General Thomas. This question, actually, I want you to talk or to elaborate more on that this question, because it's looked like many people, they did not understood what is the root causes of the conflict in the country of South Sudan or in the Republic of South Sudan. أنا دايركت أكلم الناس عن الجذور. سبب من الأسباب اللي خلاك إنه أنت ما وقعت على وقف إطلاق النار في 2018 وما وقعت على اتفاقية في خرطوم، أنت انسحبت منها لأنه عملت ستيتمنت إنه الجذور بتاعت الأزمة في جنوب السودان لم تخاطب. Many people actually they confuse and they are asking what is the root causes of the conflict in the Republic of South Sudan, and you the first leader to say the RRCs in Sudan did not talk or give solution to the root causes of the Republic of South Sudan. ما هي الأسباب بتاعت الحرب عام 2013 جنرال توماس شيريلو اللي لم تخاطب في اتفاقية؟ فضل أخذ راتك and just explain to South Sudanese. Welcome.
شكرا لك. دي نقطة مهم جدا ان احنا عاوزين الشعب بتاعنا لازم يفهموا النقطة دي بطريقة واضحة عشان ما يكذب عليهم، عشان ما يضللهم بأي زول. هنا عاوزين الشعب بتاعنا لازم يكون مستنيرين، لازم يكون عارفين الحاصل في البلد عشان هم يقدروا يقرروا المصير بتاعهم، يتخذوا قرارات مصيرية للمستقبل بتاعتهم وأبنائهم. وبالتالي أنا بنتهز الفرصة ده عشان احنا نقدر يعني نشرح بطريقة مختصرة الأسباب اللي بنفتكر أنه أدت إلى الحرب في البلد. One of them, you know very well that the centralized system of governance in South Sudan is one of the big problems in the country, whereby the physical and political powers are centered or centralized in the hands of one person, which is the president. And these powers are being misused by the president to loot our resources, to abuse people, to commit crimes with impunity, to take any decision as he likes. And this is a very big problem. And our people are robbed of their resources, of their political power, of their any power. This is why you are saying in the presidency, the centralized system of governance is one of the big problems and need to be resolved. Whereby we need presidency that is with little power, and the rest of the powers must be given back to the people in their different levels of governance, be that the federal states as we are demanding, and others like counties, and then you go to PAYAMs. This is number one. Number two, you know very well, there is very serious corruption, organized corruption in the country. The resources of our people are being looted with impunity, and a lot of crimes are also being committed. So this is also one of the reasons, because there is no rule of law in the country, and there is no justice system that can account anybody. So these problems of rule of law and justice and accountability become very important in the country, because without rule of law in the country, then it will be a really crisis in the country, whereby people will be ruled with a situation whereby the strongest become everything in the country. So we are against that, and we are saying that no, we must have rule of law in the country. Justice and accountability must be there so that all of us are equal before the law. Number three, we talk about ethnic domination. As we talk in South Sudan today, there is very serious ethnic domination to all institutions of the country. So this one alone is a big problem because South Sudan belongs to all of us as South Sudanese, to all our communities, and therefore there is no any way for any single community or anything single any single group, be that political party, to take the country hostage, to take the country as they like for themselves. So this ethnic domination is one of the big problems, deprive all the communities of South Sudan for their own rights in the country. And therefore we need this one to be resolved and become one of the serious problems in the country. Also, again, they impose 32 states by Salva Kiir is a big problem because these 32 states has robbed, have annexed community lands to another community. This has caused a lot of problems. As we talk, we have communities in South Sudan, their land is annexed to another community without any legal reasons. So we want this issue of the state to be resolved. And this is why we are saying we want to return back to the 10 states because it was there in the interim constitution. It was also endorsed in the agreement of 2015. It was also endorsed by the IGAD Council of Ministers. And therefore, we have this legal basis for us to revert to 10 states. From there, after the elections, after the interim period, God willing, and then after the election, fair elections, after that, let the people of South Sudan decide whatever type of whatever number of the states that they really want. This is what we are talking about. The other issue is also the domination of the parliament. This is a law-making body. A domination of the parliament in South Sudan is dominated by one party, the SPLM, and also an ethnic group. This one is not going to work because this body is crucial to us, for us to make laws that is fair to anybody. This is also one of the reasons that caused the war in the country. When you come to the security sector, in the security sector, the military, the national security, the organized forces also are dominated, with one community. And this security power is being used, to suppress others. You see, to kill people, to rape women, to really abuse the people of the country. You see, and there is very serious human rights abused in the country that really need to be stopped. So unless we have security sector that is composed of all of us, of all our communities, so that no any political leader or tribal leader use it. When you lose your position, don't run to a tribe, gather their soldiers, and then intimidate the government for you to get your political position or whatever that you want from the government. But what you are saying, when we agree to form a national or to establish a national security sector that is nationally character, that is reflecting all our communities, that means nobody will use these forces for their own interests, be that individual interests, be that tribal interests. And what happened if you lose your position in the government? You go to the people, convince them to elect them again, to elect you through democratic process, so that you come back, to the position that you really want. The same time, also we lack policy for nation building. We lack this kind of policies in the country. So